Hello learners, in today's part 1 in communication, let's study about the non-verbal communication types. Verbal and non-verbal both are important for your exam preparation. In non-verbal communication, lot of questions might be asked. So moving on to the types, the first one is facial expression. What is non-verbal communication? Verbal means you are communicating through words, whereas non-verbal means you are communicating through some actions. Am I right? So without communicating without the use of words, that is non-verbal communication. Moving on to the first one, facial expressions. The anger, the sadness. If you are going to get a present from your loved ones, you're going to feel extremely happy. You're going to communicate via smiling or happiness or joy. That is through facial expressions. Here what do we have to know is that this non-verbal communication and the facial expressions, these are like a honest form of communication. Obviously the words will lie, but your expressions or your reaction towards something will not lie. Moving on to looking at this facial expressions across the cross culture. In Japan, if you're smiling or giggling, in India it is fine. For some reason you're going to smile or giggle, it's fine between friends. It depends upon the type of the social circle. In Japan, if you smile or giggle, it is going to show embarrassment. Whereas nodding means generally yes, but in Turkey it means no. Majorly it means no. In China, important point is eye contact is must. And wink, if you're going to wink at somebody, if you're going to casually wink at somebody in China, it is going to be a rude gesture. So winking is completely not for it in China. So these are the important points under facial expressions. Moving on to gestures. Gestures are, if you are going to perform really well in your exam, I'm going to clap my hands and say you have done good. So these are all gestures, a sign of appreciation or a sign of communication. Waving, thumbs up, all these are gestures. And looking at the cross culture again, if you are going to give a very firm and tight handshake should be firm, right? That's what we know. That shows our confidence. Whereas if you take Turkey, if your handshake is going to be very firm, it shows the rudeness. So this is different in Turkey. Also, sitting cross-legged. In India, sitting cross-legged is quite common. Even if you go to a restaurant, if you're with your family or your friends, you can sit cross-legged. Whereas in sitting cross-legged, it is disrespectful in Japan. And crossed fingers. What is crossed fingers? It's like sign of good luck. Generally, this is a sign of like hoping, praying for it's a good luck. Whereas in Vietnam, it is rude. Crossing fingers is rude. The next one is body language or posture. Posture, this body language or the posture, it is also called as kinesics. So these words are very important. In PYQ, they will ask in the form of match the following or by any other type. That word, particular word you should know. So it is body language and posture. It is basically the mannerism in which you communicate. For example, when you meet somebody, what is your mannerism is going to be? Maybe you will be like namaste, or you will wave a hand, or you're going to smile. That is a natural gesture, right? So smile when you meet somebody is one such example. And also when you meet somebody, you're going to give them a firm handshake with eye contact. This is another mannerism which one follows. In Japan and South Korea, controlled smile. The smile is going to be really controlled, because previously we saw it's a sign of embarrassment if you go on smiling or giggling or put on a very wide smile. And bow down in respect. You would have seen in lot of Korean dramas, Japanese dramas and all that, they are going to bow down in respect, just like how we fold our hands for saying namaste. That is in Japan and South Korea. Nodding. Generally you nod for agreement. That is another important point. This non-verbal communication takes lot of forms and lot of types. This is part 1 in today's micro learning session. Part 2 we will see in the upcoming session. It's a very interesting topic. You can also add on your own examples while you are studying. All the best.